Hi there, this is Donna from Donna's Creative Space, and it is Friday, so I am here for my weekly Friday Fun Fold video. If this is the first time you've been here, I just started this a couple of weeks ago, so be sure to go back and look at some of my other videos. And each Friday I am going to do a Fun Fold card or Fun Fold project for you. And sometimes I will be live, or like today I'm recording it, and so I will show you how to make a new fun fold. And there are so many folds and different things that you can make that, you know, this could go on for weeks and weeks, and I hope you decide to follow along with me. So today's card is a fun fold DSP project, or Fun Fold DSP card, because I really don't know what you would call it, but it's showcasing your designer series paper. So I will just show you the few that I have here, and you can see how we're using a long piece of designer series paper, and this one's a little more elaborate. I did a cute little thing here. So for these two, I'm going to show you how to make it in a minute, but for these two I will show you what I used. I used the ornate thanks for the sentiment and the ornate style for the flower, and I used the coordinating ornate layers dies for this shape here. So I made these two. Let me pull that little tail out. And I used the, this is the Ornate Garden Designer Series paper, which is really pretty and nice and colorful and cheery looking. So there's just a slight difference with these two cards. If you look at the Designer Series paper, you use a long strip, I'll show you in a second, and you can fold down one side towards the back so that it just opens like this, or you can fold this flap this way and you get an extra little color. This is the back of the Designer Series paper. So I am going to show you how to make this one, because I love these two, but I had fun making this, and so I want to show you how to make it. So I'm going to put these aside, and just an FYI, these do fit into a regular size, medium size envelope that are regular Stampin' Up! Envelopes. So what you need to start with is Designer Series paper. Now I'm using, this is the Peony Garden Designer Series paper. I'm using this. I'm going to make this card exactly like this, and I'll tell you the measurements as we go. And I'm using gray granite cardstock, I'm using petal pink cardstock, and whisper white cardstock, and I have some of the whisper white crinkle ribbon, and then this Designer Series paper. So you need a piece that is 5 1/4 by 12 inches long. So you're gonna need to start with a piece of Designer Series paper that is at least 12 inches. So I'm going to pull in my scoreboard, my trimmer, and I will show you how you use it. Now our trimmer, see, I found remember one of these I was missing, one of my videos I was missing my scorer. So the light gray is the scoring tool and the dark gray is cutting. So I'm going to push my scorer off to the side, and I'm going to use my cutting blade. Now I hope you'll be able to see this. So I'm going to show you the top of my trimmer, since I can't fit the whole thing on the screen. I am going to line up at 5 1/4, which is right here, just like so, and I'm going to cut. Okay, as simple as that. That's the one cut of the Designer Series paper. So now this is 12 inches long by 5 1/4 inches wide. Now we're going to score, so I'm going to move my cutting blade out of the way. Now if you can open your trimmer, like so, if you would like. Or you could do this on a scoring board. I'm going to use the trimmer because I have this score tool. Your first score is at 2 inches. Now if you have directional paper, you'll want to make sure that one of these sections is going to be 4 inches. So you want to be able to have the 4-inch section reading right. Okay, so I'm putting it in. This really doesn't matter which way it goes, but I would put this in so that the direction went towards the top of the paper. So the first score is at 2 inches. And don't do a heavy touch because Designer Series paper is kind of thin. You don't want to mess it up. And then the next one is going to be at 5. But if you're at a scoring board, if you're on a scoreboard, they're the same measurements, but basically you want 4 sections, 2 inches, 3 inches, 3 inches, and 4 inches. So now I'm going to move it over so that this line is either at 3 or I can measure it at 5. So I'm going to put it right there at 5 and score again. So I have 2 inches, now I have 3 inches, and I want to make one more measurement of 3. So this next section is 3 inches. So I score that. I had put it at 8, score it, right? So now this section here, if I line this up at the 4, this crease mark here at the 4, right? You'll see that it's right on the line. So this is 4 inches, 3 inches, 3 inches, and 2 inches. Now we can put away our trimmer. And I have all my other pieces cut for you, but I will start by showing you how to fold this. Now you should have a bone folder. It helps. Your first fold is this here. We're going to fold it towards the 4 inches, just like that. Then the next fold is here, and we're going to fold it back away from the 4 inches, and we're going to crease that. And then this piece, now you have to decide how you want to do your card, because this is going to be your base on this side. So you can either fold this over like this, which is how I did it because I wanted the gray to show, or if you didn't want the gray to show, you can fold it back like that. I happen to like this side of the paper, but I will show you in the other 2 cards that I had. So this one, I folded the pink side, pinkish coral, towards the front, and this one here, I didn't want any pink showing, so I folded that flap, that 2 inches, I folded towards the back. Okay, I hope you can understand that. So this was folded to the back, and this pink 2-inch piece was folded to the front. It's my show and tell. I have those 2 cards. So I like it towards the front. So what you're going to do next is you need some pieces. Oh, and I'm using the Prize Peony stamp set, and I'm using the Stitch So Sweetly dies, and I'm using this die out of the package. And this is the Peonies, Prized Peony stamp set. It's really pretty. So these are the other measurements that you need. You need a piece of, I'm using gray granite. I'm using, like I said, gray granite and petal pink. This is a gray granite, what I'm calling a base, and it's 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. You can use whatever colors coordinate with your Designer Series paper. So 4 1/4 this way and 5 1/2. Then you need a piece of gray, same color. This is a matte 3 1/4 by 3 3/4. Then a petal pink matte 3 by 3 1/2, which is just a 1/4 inch smaller than the other piece. And then we need a piece of Whisper White that is 3 by 3 1/2 for our inside mat. Then you need a piece of scrap white that will fit, let's see, you just need to be able to fit this, or whatever label you use. I needed a scrap to fit this, so I cut out this shape with my die cut. So pretend I went over and cut it, and here I have it. Okay. Then I have about 12 inches of this crinkle ribbon, This is the Whisper White, what's the exact name? Crinkled Seam Binding Ribbon in Whisper White. I am using, like I said, the prized Peony stamp set. I am using gray granite ink, and I am using petal pink ink. So I'm going to show you first how to assemble your card. So we've got this piece all folded, and remember it was 12 inches long by 5 1/4, and then we scored at 2, and then we slid it over and scored at 5, and then we scored at 8. So this last piece is 4 inches. So I'm going to turn it over, and we're going to assemble it on here, and I've got my new Stamp and Seal adhesive that I'm going to put along the back of this. And I'm finding this this new product takes a little bit of getting used to, but I do like it. I think I like the Plus even better because it breaks better. So now I'm putting this centered with about an 1/8 inch all the way around. Okay, and if you have to adjust it a little bit, you know, like you can see a little bit here, I can just kind of move this over a little bit, and Bone Folder works great. Okay, so there is the base of our card. So you can, like I said, fold this over like this and leave it all pink with the gray in the back, or you can, what I've done is I like it folded forward. So now I'm going to take my adhesive and put some on the flap, because I'm going to fold it towards the front like so. So now I have my card base, and like I said, these fit perfectly inside an envelope because this base piece is the size of a card. 5 1/4, 5 1/2 by 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. 5 1/2, 4 1/4. So that's done. So we'll do some stamping real quick. We stamped, and that's why it's good to have the grid paper underneath, because I want to stamp off. I'm going to ink up this flower, and I'm going to stamp it off in the corner, just like that. Then with the gray granite, this I'm making a sympathy card. Unfortunately, I need one. So I'm going to put this down and hope my head's not in the way, right down the center of that. And then while we have the ink out, we will ink up this. So I have this stamp set, this stamp, it says "My thoughts are with you," and these, like I said, are from the prized Peony. This is really a beautiful stamp set. I'm gonna have to do more with it. So with this particular stamp set, I learned from stamping on my grid paper that it's a little wonky. It goes down a little bit. So when you want to figure out, since it's not a see-through stamp, it's not photopolymer, try stamping it on your grid paper or a line. Now I've got it so that I think the word thoughts is right along the line, but when I lift it up, it goes down to the right a little bit. So that means that the stamp itself, even though my sticker for the stamp looks fine, it's dipping a little to the right. So when I stamp this, I'm going to stamp it a little tip to the left. See, that looks nice and straight. So you might want to, when you do stamp something, especially words where you want it straight, do it on your grid paper. See if it goes down at an angle, then you know to tip it a little bit one way or the other and compensate for your sticker might not be exactly on there. Now I'm going to pull back in this flower, and I'm done with my gray ink, so I'll put that aside. And I'll bring back the petal pink ink, and what I did is I just stamped off the edge of this label on both sides. Oops, let me do it this way so I can kind of make them a little bit even. Just like that, just to give the label a little bit of color. Then while we have the ink out, as you can see the background here, it looks like it's designer series paper, but it's really just this stamped. So I took this full Peonies, stamped it, and just went around You don't see this whole thing. Some of it's blocked. So I just went around paper. It didn't matter if it went over each other. Like this looks like I could put a little bit of right there. Okay. And that is all the inking that we need to do. Now, this is going to go on our gray. Just wanted to check to see if it's still recording. So this is going to go on our gray, like this. And then I have some Whisper White, the Whisper White crinkle ribbon. I had played around with it to kind of color it, because you know you can color this with our alcohol markers, whatever color you want. So I was playing with it with some scrap paper underneath, and it's really easy to use our alcohol markers. So you can change the ribbon any color that you want. Excuse me. So I was playing with it, and I thought, well, maybe I will try using the gray granite alcohol marker. And it did, as it did color, the light was too light and then dark was a little, I thought it was fine, but I decided that on my card, if I wanted the gray, I just wasn't sure I liked it that much. So I kept it white, but I wanted to show you how you can color these. I'll show you, maybe a darker color would show better. This is dark Rococo Rose. Let me take another scrap piece. And this is why and it dries really fast. You just can color the ribbon whatever color you want, and it seeps through to the other side. And then you can make your ribbon match whatever you're working on. Just use the alcohol markers rather than, because it dries fast and it'll stay there. Okay, so I showed you that little trick. So now I'm gonna take my ribbon and I'm tying it around this piece, and I want to tie it kind of up towards the top. So I just want a little knot. So 12 inches I cut, and I will trim it down. Hope I'm still in the camera view doing this. Whoops, let me try this again. I don't think I gave myself enough on this side. Okay, there. I know, watching me tie a bow is not very fun, especially when it doesn't work. It's very slippery. Okay, let me see. And then I pull it. There's my knot. Okay, so see how it's loose? This is something that I tend to, because you know it's sometimes hard to make this little knot. So I'll turn it over and see how I can gather to make it loose. I'll just take a piece of Scotch tape and just kind of tape it down like that. So I've gathered some of that ribbon, and now it's nice and tight on this side. Okay, and I will just get my, I have two pairs of scissors. One I use for cutting, one I have a ribbon tied to it, so that tells me that only use it for ribbon. That way they stay nice and sharp. So cut that off, and they're only $10. I think $10, maybe 11. So they're fairly cheap to buy, and it's easy to have two of them. Okay, so now we need dimensionals, and let's see, where did I put them? I have everything next to me, but then I start covering everything. So do you ever get to the point where you have this edge left over? Well, you'll want to use that up instead of throwing it away. So I just kind of cut into sections. So I know I'm going to put this right centered here like this. So I can put a piece towards the center here on this fold here, because we want to make sure we don't overlap and stick this down to the card. So I'm going to put a piece here on this flap, and then the rest are going to go on my card. So I'm going to turn it upside down, and I know, and along here, and I'm actually, I like to use up all the little pieces. I think that's enough. Get these little pieces off. And take this one off. And remember, that's just on the edge of our fold. And I'm going to put this down, centered right about there, like that. Now our inside piece is going to go inside like that, but I don't want to see it from the outside. So I'm going to center it right on the page, right on the card. Let's see, right about here. Before I press it all the way down, make sure it's not showing. Perfect. Close it. Very good. Now this is going to go on here with dimensionals, and I think I'll use up the rest of these. I don't know about you, but for some reason I find satisfaction when I get to the end of something that I've used up. Makes me feel like, or makes me realize I know I've done a lot of crafting. I used up a whole sheet of dimensionals. Let's take off those pieces. I think this video is actually a little longer than I expected, but I like to show you the fun fold, but I also want to show you a project. And all the measurements for this will be on my website, donnascreativespace.com. That's my blog site, and I will put the measurements, everything you need, and you can this video is up on YouTube, so you can go back to it and search for Donna's Creative Space channel. And I hope that you actually, I want to use my take your pick tool. I think this putty end works better. I hope that you will go to, I always stop in the middle of a sentence and then I don't remember where I was, but I think I was telling you, if you go to my YouTube channel, donnascreativespace.com, and subscribe to my channel, please. I would love that. It makes me feel good to see that people are watching. And also click the little button in the corner, because that will notify you when I have a new video out. And comment too. That would be nice to know whether you, I hope that they are good comments, but I don't mind constructive criticism, but I would rather the good stuff. But anyway, so as you can see, it's the same card as I made. So that's the fun fold card for this week using Design a Series paper. And here are the others. I do want to mention one thing before I say goodbye to you. These are the cards. Once again, you can go to the beginning of the video when you get all your supplies cut up so you can make them yourself. But I did want to tell you about my card kit to go for this month. And you can get my card kit to go for free if you place an order for $25 in product before tax and shipping. So these are the cards. I don't want to give too much away, but I'm going to just place them out like this. And there's also going to be a cute little box that you're going to make. So if you would like to get my card kit for free, you just place an order in my store, donnasingleton.stampinup.net, as long as it's $25 or more in product before tax and shipping. Using that code, I will send you this kit that will make 8 cards, and you'll also get enough supplies to make this cute little box. And if you are not going to place an order because maybe you're already a demo but you would like my card kit, you can purchase it from me for $28. Just contact me by email and we can arrange payment. And so that's it. I hope you enjoyed this week's Fun Fold card class. And I will see you next Friday for another Fun Fold. But be sure to check out DonnasCreativeSpace.com. That will be my blog site, and I will have the card measurements and supplies. The directions will be here on this video, and you can follow along again. Thanks so much. Have a great day.